Hello, um, it's me Coco, and today we're going to do a deck profile for Aurora Star Coral. Um, so yeah, this is gonna be my first Vanguard video. If you watched my very terrible introduction video, you would probably know that I do card game. I like card games, one of my hobby. And you know, as of late, we have been getting a bunch of Levy Dress, Rezael, Bats content. I think maybe it's time we can, add some content to the Vanguard rabbit hole that isn't that meta. So this is a for fun build. For fun deck. I think it can still win some locals, but I don't know how good it is in like winning a BCS or something. But yeah. So for the ride line, we're actually just gonna run all the coral names. I'm assuming you already know most of the skills, but for now we're just gonna go through the cards, the ratios and cards that I run. I'll probably do a second part of the video where I talk more. But essentially the core of the deck is that Coral wants to see as much coral names in Soul, and she has skills and rear guards that help do that. Which is why we're running the full ride line, so that we can get power boosts of 10k turn 3. Also, the ride line is just super generic. Well, not super generic, but it's just super good. So for the grade 3s, we run 3 of the Persona ride. You always want to be Persona riding because it adds a coral to Soul, and also, Persona riding is OP in Overdress. Next, we run this girl called Luminous Melody Illunatia. You run 3 copies of her. She's your beater. She's a good beater. She draws cards and she bounces back to hand at the end of the turn for a Soul Blast, which if you do some tricky soul stuff. So this is the grade 3s we run. Oop, we'll move it up here. So this is the grade 3s we run. We run 3 Coral and 3 Illunatia. Very consistent to actually get these cards because you have the ride line searches for a grade 3 or coral named unit. So yeah, you can actually add Illunatia. Next we run, for the grade 2s, we run 3 of the grade 2 coral. As I said, we want to be souling in as much corals, and also if you soul in corals, they have effects if they get sold in. We're running 4 of this card. I should actually put all the grade 2s we run. We run 4 of this card. Fetches you corals from drops if you soul blast them, or yeah, you can loop Persona Ride with it. We ran 3 Set, and then 1 of the Sketis. So that's the grade 2s we run. Oops, should adjust them a bit. There you go. So yeah, that's the ratios I run. 3 Set, 3 Coral, 4 of this girl, I forgot her name. Red Tenter. Interesting name. Okay. We run 4 PGs. I'll just quickly go through that. 4 PGs and 1 Elementaria. I'll tell you why we run Elementaria later. I mean, don't need to actually. But Elementaria is just a good card. We run 4 of this. Where the grade 2 adds a coral from drop to hand, this adds from drop to soul. So if you discard any excess corals you have in hand and you have this, you can actually accelerate the amount of corals you have in your soul, which means you can get stronger powers. We run 3 of the grade 1 coral because, as we said, we want to see all the corals, right? And the interesting tech that I kind of run is this girl, a common from LZBT01. Jump on the count Araxine, I don't know how to say that name properly, but when you energy blast 4 or more at the same time for the cost of your card's ability, this becomes a 15k booster. Coral's energy blasting 4. So this girl is essentially always on. You run 1 Aura and 1 Yuika. Yuika is, well, Yuika because it's Yuika, right? It's more so because it's more so for the 5k, and also you can call corals and bounce them to hand. depending on how you on how you manage your soul, you actually don't mind soul blasting corals out, depending on what you have, because you can always just get them back. Or aura is good because you can get persona rides, and you can get this order we run, offshoot harmony. You energy blast 6 per turn, and your corals energy charge you, so you actually have space to run offshoot harmonious offshoot, which basically just gives 5k to 3 rear guards, which makes your restand bigger. For the triggers, we run 1 lyrical OT. You can run red OT as well for more attack pressure, or you can run any of the OTs, honestly. Vanilla is probably the worst, I'd say. Maybe not. I'd rather run red in my opinion, but for now I'm using lyrical OT because I wanted to keep it all lyrical. We run draws because we want to see our pieces. You can change this to fronts if you want more power, but personally I want to see my pieces, so I run draws. We run the effect draws, by the way. If you don't have effect draws, I would say just run normal fronts, or if you have the effect, yeah, so if you don't have effect draws, run normal fronts or effect fronts if you have them. Don't run normal draws, guys. I'll be run 8 crits. I have the Bang Dream crits. Yeah, that's 8 crit. Oops, very messy. And then we have 4 heal. I have 1 of each effect heal. I changed this out, and then I have 1 of each. The reason why it's Highlander is because I used the same. I kind of because of how expensive lyrical generics are, I sold all my spares and I said, okay, I'm just gonna use the same sleeves. So I use Michu. I think that's her name, Michu, for all my lyrical decks, and I just share the triggers and stuff with them because, yeah, I'm only ever gonna play 1 at a time, and I just removed the Michu, and so they're all sleeved in the Michu sleeves already. So yeah, that's the deck list. I'll put card list, like Bushi card list code and link down in the description. But essentially this deck is a beatdown deck, kind of. You have quite a few lines of play you can do. Crap, did I lose my right? I don't know. Yeah, so that's kind of it for the deck profile part. Yeah, that's it for the deck profile part. If I had to go into depth for any combos, I guess we can kind of do like a test hand real quick. So I'll shuffle this and I'll be back. Okay. Okay, hello, we're back. Okay, we're back for real this time. So I shuffled it to the best of my ability. So I'll put the starter out, and then we will get top 5. So that's friend set, harmonious offshoot, discard. Whoops, sorry, this is my first time recording with gloves on, so it's a bit, yeah, I have gloves on because my hands are kind of yuck right now. So I'll just move this up so you guys can see. So that's the ride deck, and that's the deck. So this is the top 5 we got. We can get rid of Beritoy, I guess, and we can get rid of harmonious offshoot because we don't need it this early. These 2 cards are really good. I usually keep a grade 1 so I can call it early, and I keep friend set because she's good. The main thing we use for her though is the 5k and the bounce, because you know, bouncing is what lyrical is all about, right? So we'll draw 3 cards. We got a beater, heal, and a PG. So I guess we can, you know, start to guard early. I'll just shuffle the deck. Okay, shuffled well enough, I guess. Yeah, so we'll stand up Vanguard. Let's say we went first. I'm gonna draw here. I would discard this. This card's kind of like just another beater, and I guess we want to keep triggers for guarding. So we discard that, we write our grade 1, and we pass because we don't have a skill. Let's say we drop this to guard, we stand and draw. Now here, we want to keep corals in hand because we need a coral to put in for the grade 3 skill. So, as we can see here, I have a grade 1 coral, a PG, a heal, the counter charger, and Francette. It's a bit of a tough decision, but I would actually get rid of the counter charger, seeing as we don't really have our counter blast cards yet anyway, so we don't need her until later, and we run 4 copies. So we're gonna ride up to grade 2, and grade 1 coral's effect will activate. Her effect says you can top 7 for up to 1 coral named unit or a grade 3, any grade 3. So this deck's actually kind of, the ride line's actually kind of generic. If you want, you can run it in any lyrical deck and it'll be super generic, because you can just get your grade 3. Obviously the Aqua ride line might be better, the Aqua Sedna, but you know, up to you. The grade 2 has on attack bounce. I think it's similar to Estes. So we'll top 7 right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 here. We got a grade 3 coral, so that's Persona Ride Epic. We'll shuffle again. And this is now, I guess we can show why we run Francette. So Francette gives us our early game, and it allows you to hit above defensives. Above defensives, or if they don't check defensives, they have to drop a trigger. Shit. Crap, okay. It's a bit tough with these gloves on. So we add that to hand for free. What is it? So we're gonna call Francette. Yeah, we're gonna call Francette. Her bounce skill is 4 or more different names, but we're more interested in the 5k. Since we went first, our opponent's grade 1, so we can actually call this here, because this coral will bounce this when she attacks. No, wait. Okay, now we have to kind of think, actually. What do we call here? Honestly, I would just call the PG or the trigger, probably. No, I wouldn't either. I would do something like this. Yeah, I would do something like this, maybe? No. Honestly, I think I'd leave the PG there. I don't think we're using it till later. You can just swing with coral, don't bounce anything, drive check, draw, power, draw. We got our grade 3 girl. That's very good. Francette gets 5k, and then boom, 20k swing. So yeah, there's different lines of play you can do. I could have done there, but I guess this is just playing it safe. I could have like done this so that Francette's bounce would have gone off. So then I could have swing 13, swing with this, bounce the heal, and then swing with this, bounce that. Oh, I guess that works actually. Yeah, sorry, so that's not what I've done. What I would have done is I would have done this and this. I would have swung with this. Sorry for the very all over the place, but yeah, I would have instead called the coral grade 1 and any trigger just to make the different names. I would attack with grade 2, do the drive checks, bounce one of these, preferably this coral, swing with Francette for 21, and then bounce the heal trigger. We'll just pass turn, we'll take a damage, and then let's say, I don't know, they got a crit and we took 2 damage for some reason. We stand and draw, and we have a few options. I would discard draw trigger here to ride into coral. So how coral skills work is that you put a coral from coral name from hand to soul, and you draw a card, and then the coral units have coral grade 2 and 1. 2 and 1 have like effects, right? So because you went first, you probably want to play this, because this thing gives you triple drive if the opponent's grade 3, but because we went first, they're grade 2, right? So you'd play Shiny Star Coral, put it into soul, and that will draw you a card. Nice. And then this will draw you a card. You draw 2 actually, and then you give 5k to one of your rear guards. So we'll give it to Franchette because she's gonna be the one that we target for Coral's red text skill to give a red text skill to give this restand at the end of the battle. At the end of the battle. Oh wait, you give it to this, my bad. So we get to restand 1. We're gonna call this because it's CB1 and draw. Oops, CB1 to draw. And then at this point we can just call this for better numbers. Franchette is probably gonna bounce the PG back to hand for us. So I'm gonna swing with this. That's gonna be... Oh, so now we use the battle phase skill. So we energy blast 4. And then we count how many corals we have in soul. That's 4. And you get 5k for every 2. So you get 10k to the front row. And then you can go 28. Swing with this. Bounce. I mean, do you restand yet? Or is it end of battle? End of battle. So you swing. Check, check. Restand. Swing. Swing. Bounce. And then end of turn, we can choose to soul blast out Coral and add it back to hand. In this case, we actually want to soul blast one out because when we persona ride and we put another one in next turn, we'll still stay at it matters, my bad. Yes, I haven't played this deck in a while. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I guess you don't soul blast for the bounce. We'll take 2 damage. Oh, crit, and then we'll throw some guard. Just for example. And then we'll stand and draw. And then your turn 4 is kind of your fun turn, where you can persona ride, draw. Oop, we drew OT. This is the hand, by the way. I should be showing you the hand. Yeah, that's the hand. We can call the aura here, and then we can call PG because we have Franchette to do it for us. We'll use this. So both the Coral grade 1 and grade 2 actually +1 you, but this does it through a triple drive, and then the other one does it through a draw. Oh, we have Harmonious Offshoot. We can actually play this, I think, for... Well, so we went to 6, and then -4 to... Yeah, we can play it. Because we energy charge 1, so we'll give the power here. So we'll swing, swing, check. That's our reviver, so we're good. Restand, swing, swing, bounce, and then skill on hit, I guess. We can search for Elementaria, for example. Yeah, Elementaria here. Oops. And that's kind of how the deck works, right? It's very simple. Ride up, put corals into soul with your rear guards. Specifically, we're not seeing the grade 1, but if you had the grade 1, well, we saw it earlier, but if you had this grade 1, you can set up your next turn to be stronger by discarding excess corals, and also it countercharges you. Oh, very important thing, I guess, is if you have a setup like this, what you can actually do is if the previous turn you bounced, or if you use Eureka, for example, to Soul Blast, if you use any Soul Blast costs during the battle phase, this technically makes it so that next turn you don't go negative on the Coral into Soul economy, right? So yeah, use this card wisely. Oh yeah, we triple drive, I forgot. Whatever. But yeah, so that's kind of how the deck works. It's very simple. You draw cards as much as you can, and then you swing. You try to scale up, not as much as stride decks, unfortunately. Yeah, sorry, this part of the video was very unorganized, but this makes pretty good numbers because you energy blast 4, so that sees it. That's 13k booster. Persona Ride, this is 23. With the effect of this in Soul, that's gonna be like 5, 10, 15, so 15k to front row. That's 38 alone, and it gets 5k on its on place. So if you on place it, that's 43. That's like big numbers, dude. So yeah, that's why I run fronts as well, because the deck already makes big numbers. So you just get more plussing. Anyways, that's going to be it for today. A little bit of a yap video. I'm not really sure how to format Vanguard videos yet, or if I should even do more, because if you look at the rest of my channel, it's not. I won't only do Vanguard. Probably gonna do other card games if I do any hand cam stuff. Ooh, that's my ride line. This is my grade 3. Nope. Did I just shuffle in my ride line or something? No, I didn't. Yeah, I probably do more hand cam stuff, but it could be other games. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Tell me what I could have done better. Okay. Yeah, that's Coral. Let me know how it went for you guys. I'll try to do better in the next deck profile videos, okay? But for now, this is gonna be me signing off. Bye. 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 Bye.